Greetings, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to Unified Part 2, Week 11, Day 3. Wonderful, wonderful sessions, learnings, and totally enjoying every bit of it. How is everyone doing with the practice? How easy, comfortable we feel speaking those formula? Are we singing it? Have we made it our own? Just like we sang the song of Made in the Image of God in part 1, we have found another beautiful song to sing along. God and I claim and accept thoughts of all sorts of thoughts, be it self acceptance, be it all knowing intelligence, be it just to be love, and accept it with forgiveness and thanks. Beautiful. Tathastu. Amen. So be it. That's what it is. And sing it fully with your open heart. And everything is happening in this moment. All our thoughts are getting reprogrammed. As soon as we see, we change, we become. So let us continue our journey today. I would like to invite Kirti Master to take us through the session from here on. Welcome, Kirti.
Atma Vandan to all and welcome to week 11. We are on the last day practice for English session, and this week's title is Enlivening the Heart. We all know the meaning for this. We are activating or empowering, but let us know the true essence, why we need to activate. Let's not take the literal meaning, it's to activate, but let's see what it says. So the chapter begins with the sentence saying that God knows everything. It is his thought that contains all knowledge. And further on, it has said that every law of nature, physical matter, spiritual world, balance of nature, all this information is it contains in that very thought that God has. The balance of nature. So by doing this course, that's what we are doing, balancing the thoughts from being a lower self to being in fearful anxiety. From that perspective to we are rising up to be in the God's thought, all those beautiful qualities which are ours. We are realizing that through this course. So we are balancing the nature by doing this course. You know now both sides of the coin, right? You know how to be fearful, anxious, dreadful, full of doubts, and have second thoughts. And you have all that information which is needed for you. You also know everything. At the same time, you have a choice too, how to live your life, which route to take, to being that fearful or rising up above. That is rooting to something else. So you have experienced fear. Now let's switch and experience what it is leading to. You have a choice. So further on, Babaji says, how silly it is then that you make mistakes. How silly it is to wonder what course of action is in your wisest interest. So here he's saying how silly it is to wonder what course of action is in your wisest interest. When you already know everything, right? You are that all knowing intelligence. That's what he's trying to focus you there in that route. Yet, he will only make you ask in coming chapters, is it in your wisest and highest interest? Because he very well knows what we are all capable of. right? We drift away. He knows that. And he is only saying it, how silly that you're thinking you don't know. But yet he will only ask you, is it in my wisest interest? The coming chapters. Because we don't trust. We are capable of that. That's why he has designed this beautiful course to make us realize that each aspect of God is you. He's making you realize that you are all knowing intelligence. You don't have to seek from others or from outside of you. You are enough for you. And everything is within you. This is what this course will make you realize. And there's a fun fact in this book. So Unified also have some Mahavakyas. If you know what are Mahavakyas, like Aham Brahmasmi, all those. Unified also have that if you have paid little attention. So all this information, I couldn't sleep last night at 3 o'clock. I think Babaji only woke me up and he made me write pages, pages, pages. So I was writing this from 3 o'clock. So if you have noticed, let me tell you what are those. They are very unique and they are mind blowing. They need to realize than just to read. So let's go back to chapter 9. From there, we'll start. From this part 2, we need to go back to the week 9. And I will explain little glimpses of where we are heading also from these chapters. So what all these chapters are saying, and what are those mind-blowing sentences which were mentioned in Unified. So in week 9, claiming true desires. There in that chapter, in the 9th week, we made an inventory of our true desires. It's like we created a plan and we made a list of what we are going to do. It's like in a thought form. And mind it, whatever you see here in the reality, that's exactly there in the thoughts too. That is already manifested, but you cannot perceive it. So that is the process is starting there. True desires, we made a list. It's like we created a plan. In that chapter, there is a para which says, your motives must be selfish with the capital S. That is the higher self. This is the mind blowing sentence. And you need to realize this rather than reading it. Everything is for your use and enjoyment. But don't take it from your lower self, but from your higher self. This is what it is saying there. So don't have an ownership on them, on what your desires. Don't have ownership on them, but use them with love, thankfulness, and forgiveness. So this is what it says. Your inventory was made from your selfish, capital S, which is the higher self perspective, not the selfish lower self perspective. Now let's come to 10th week, creating the world of true desires. Here in this chapter, we are gathering tools to build those desires. Main purpose is to trust in yourself and accept yourself. That is what the whole chapter was emphasizing, right? That's what the creating formula was created for, to claim self-acceptance and accept self-acceptance. We have learned creating formula in that chapter. To do that, and here the mind-blowing sentence, I would say Mahavakya. I don't know why that word came to me. I'll just say as it came. You only need a simple formula to manifest the world you truly desire. Your desire in truth. This is the sentence to focus on. Your desire in truth is the mind-blowing statement. Here now, coming to the present chapter. So there, go back, read that, realize it. You will know why that is, because I have, and it was mind-blowing for me, and I can't express in words what to say. I don't know how to even put it, but you should go realize it and mark that. Go put with a highlighter your desire in truth. That is where in chapter 10, You will know. You will know. So, chapter 11th, enlivening the heart. Here, we are charging ourselves, boosting ourselves, saying, I can do it. After writing the list, after gathering the tool, we are empowering ourselves. We're saying, I can do it, activating ourselves, saying, I know I can do because I have all that information inside me. So we're empowering ourselves. And here, the mind blowing sentence is mistakes are not taking and using the knowledge that is yours. You miss the mistakes. You are all knowing intelligence. You have all the information. So don't miss the take from your higher self. This is where you have to realize this, you have to read this and understand this. Not just read, realize. So now there is no excuse for errors. This is what Babaji says in the next para, right? Now there is no excuse for errors or suffering or simply not living your life to the fullest. You know your origin and you know you share in God's all knowingness. You know that you are that intelligent. So, in one of the paras, he said, how silly it is to wonder what course of action is in your wisest interest. Now, in this chapter, now the next para, he explains why he's saying that. So, the para is now you are in tune with your higher self and the source of all knowing, all knowledge, which with such awareness every impulse of yours is naturally correct and perfect to bring you experience filled with all of God qualities. Says here, when you are in tune with that, everything naturally, whatever doing is correct. And that's what you draw your attention, experience to, with all God qualities. That is why he's saying, how silly it is to think that what course of action you are doing is wisest, because everything you do when you are in unified with your God qualities, every action you do is perfect, is correct, because it says God is perfection, I am perfection, because you are. So next he explains about intellect is such a small part of you, which is your head. The collection to all intelligence is in your heart. He explains here what is the importance of heart. I don't remember he's emphasizing anything in like what heart is about. Here he says so beautifully, the connection to all intelligence is your heart. He says love is the connector, but here he's saying the connection to all intelligence is your heart. In your heart, you know what you are doing is right, even though your intellect may not understand. So it's beyond your mind. That also blows your mind because your heart is such perfect place. Heart is connection to all truth. It leads you to right action. First of this week, right? What we did in the first week for this chapter, we were asked to claim and enliven and empower, to bring all knowing intelligence. We were asked to center in the heart when you say or think of the formula. Feel the truth. If you don't feel, then you're just uttering the words. Feel the truth that you are all knowing intelligence. That is the main factor here for that formula. You need to feel it. So, from second day on, to practice new tool for tapping into that all knowing intelligence. New tool is kinetic signal from higher self. So, we are not only enlivening our heart here, we are enlivening and empowering our connection with our higher self. That is what this practice is. Yes or no signal. It's just such a mind blowing thing. So, your true wisdom, your higher self, is turning into an energy and making you move. Are you realizing that? How powerful it is? So, energy in action, that is what is happening here as a kinetic signal. So, look at the words, how they are used here, not just simply through, they kept there. They have some in depth meaning. So, we can go focus and get more information about it. So, it will be really mind blowing when you get the signal, when you need them physically in action. You will be amazed at its intelligence. I have experienced this. I think I have told before, and I'll tell again that I have experienced my higher self saying no to certain things physically, tapping onto me when nobody's around, and suddenly you feel like a tap. How you will feel? That's powerful. Your higher self is that powerful you are, and there are many more to discover. Just you need to tune, start living in those beautiful God qualities. You will unlock many, many, many treasures you have within you. So, as Nehaji mentioned yesterday, right? Last para is the essence of this chapter. Simply be aware that your heart is opening. So here, opening is not something which is closed or opening. Here, that opening means which is compressed and it is expanding. With these practices, your heart is expanding. The energy is expanding. It's not opening. So don't take it literally. Let's try to understand what is the meaning behind it. So from this chapter on, you will notice the pulsation of heart center will be more evident from here on. This is what is happening. Enlivening is your pulsation is increasing. That is the connection. It will be more evident. That is what it indicates. Opening. That is what is happening here. Expanding. You're opening your expansion. The more you feel the pulsation, the more expansive you are, more closer to the God qualities. You have done all in the part one. You have come to part two. So you have now that ingrained, that's now you memorized it, you realized it for some extent. So now you will feel more pulsation from this chapter on. Trust your feelings, act on them. Your creating formula is enlivening and empowering your heart. This is the connection to God's thought, which is all knowing intelligence. Its input will be your feelings, right? This is the takeaway here of the heart. Enjoy it. So I would say, enjoy that pulsation. This is what this para is indicating towards. That is what you need to understand. The more you feel, the more closer you are. So, you want to add anything, Preeti Saileshi?
You already did a mind-blowing job, mind-blasting. So, yes, a beautiful thing that you demonstrated to all of us is that how to read the book, right? This is a very important aspect. Like this is not a novel storybook or something, right? We got to read it this way, giving more attention to each sentence, understanding why is this sentence written, what does he mean really, right? Dig into it, and your inner wisdom is there. You already know, but when you dig, you will open up your wisdom. That's the beautiful part. So, yes, thank you so much for bringing the awareness to such of these important things, right? The Mahavakyas are what Kirti ji has pointed today. All of us need to go back, listen to this video again, and note down each of these Mahavakyas. I was not prepared for it, so I have lost a few. So I will go back and read it. But once you read these and start dwelling into it, then you will see the the depth of what Kirti ji is trying to show us today. So beautiful. Thank you so much, Kirti. I will not take much more time. We can talk about things at the end. You can continue our meditation now. Thank you.
Sure. So today, as the book suggested, we have already practiced creating formula, but that was the first day, and so far we have been practicing. Today, I'll just solely focus on yes or no, because that is what is the focus of this chapter, along with empowering, creating formula. That is important as well. But let's focus on the yes or no signal. So let's just sit comfortably and start our meditation. Nicely settle down. We are in no rush at all. Everything can wait. Let's settle down in our places wherever we are sitting. Know that everything else is taken care. It's just your thought that can handle anything. Just trust everything else is taken care, and I have all my time here to practice this beautiful course. Clasp your hands, close your eyes. Cross your feet. And observe a natural flowing breath. The soft and smooth inhalation and the exhalation. Just let it happen on its own. It is happening on its own. That is our anchor to be in this present moment. So let's start with that. Observe your beautiful breath. As you take each breath, while you exhale, just relax. Relax each part of your body. As you relax yourself, gather all your thoughts, which are scattered everywhere, playing all the roles. Get them all back here in this moment. And let us not play any role, any character. Be here and observe the breath. If you have any glasses, please remove them. As you calm yourself down and gather your thoughts, contain your thoughts. They tend to drift away. But remember, we always have choice. Let's choose to be here rather than anywhere else. We have a choice. Now slowly, gently, take your attention to your heart space. It holds all your treasures. All your connections, your whole self, your higher self. So let's go. And be with our heart. Most beautiful place, mystical place, a place of unknown, which is very much known, but yet to discover. So travel within. As you go from outer to the inner world, you will be going into the depths of your inner. So keep traveling inwards. That is where the entire existence is, within you, as you. Let's just shut all the outer world and go within. As you travel within, you will observe subtle moments. We can name it as pulsation, heartbeat of the existence, connection to the unified field. or love itself, whatever you name it, it is there within you, alive. You just need to be with it and observe. And it will be so evident. It is there. It's always been there. Just our focus was drifting elsewhere. So let us put all our focus in our heart center. There may be many thoughts influencing, saying, there's nothing there. Why are you wasting your time here? There's no pulsation. I don't feel it. They are not from within. So let us depart all of them with the same love which is pulsating within you, and the great abundance of knowledge, wisdom which you carry, the light to all uninvited influences in my aura. You are love and light. You are whole and healed. You all have perfect place to go. And I request my higher self to take you there. Please go in peace now. Feel the ease. It's a burden left off. Let this thoughts depart. I close my aura to all except my higher self. I send love and light to all thought forms around me. Now rest assured, there's no distractions. Get back to your heart center and trust, believe. This energy is alive within you, and it is empowering you. Whether you sense it or not, it is always there as your guiding light. You name it as Babaji, you name it as higher self, or any God you want. It is there, helping you, nudging you, guiding you. So trust. And feel the pulsation. How do you feel when you are in a very blissful moment, a joyous, happy moment? Your heart is enlivened at that moment. Celebrating along with you. This is the very signal that you are connected. But still, let's just ask, my dear higher self, please give me my signal now. Just know how powerful you are. Your energy expands everywhere in this existence. That is why there is an aspect stating, I am everywhere present. You are that expansive. In its original state. There's no any kind of tempering there. You are as you are, everywhere present. Now this expansive energy that has gathered it all, and God is the light. Brightens the ignorances. Shines the wisdom in the darkness. Yes, the light is the wisdom. And that is what as God is. God is light. And I came from that very light. I am light. How can a speck of a light is different from its origin? It is one with it. I am light. This beautiful wisdom connects with everything. This connection, we are naming it as love. The whole purpose of love is to flow. The whole purpose of connection is to connect by flowing. When God is love, we came from that very love. I am love. That is what something to celebrate for. God always celebrates. God is bliss, joy, happiness. And I came from that very happiness, that very joy, that very bliss. I am bliss, joy, happiness. There's no end to this. It is forever in abundance. God is abundance. And I came from that very abundance. I am abundant. And knowing there's nothing to worry about, there's no lack. I am at peace because God is peace. God is at peace. God made everything perfectly. Perfect thought, perfect actions. Everything is perfect because God is perfect. And I am made with the same perfection. I am perfect. There's nothing to judge here, because God never judges. Everything is equal, perfectly made. And I came from that very non-judgmental thought. I am non-judgmental. With this knowledge, God is spread wide across. Every speck is a reflection of God. God is everywhere present. And I am part of that very creation. I am everywhere present. This is the truth. This is the knowledge. Nothing is hidden because everything is created from that very thought. All the information is there, and I am very much part of it. I have all the information within me. God is all knowing intelligence. And I am all knowing intelligence. I trust, I believe. All these are my aspects. That is me. That is my true desire. And let all this energy gather and enter into our physical senses and give us the signal. My dear, say your higher self name. My higher self, please give me a yes signal by rotating my head from right to left 3 times. Just know you are all knowing intelligence, not confined to something written. You're much more beyond that. Let the energy guide you, your very own signal. You are in perfect space. There's no room for doubt here. Trust and believe that is your energy guiding you. Let the energy flow within. Get the signal for yes. It will be as spontaneous as it can be, because you're perfectly unified. Be so grateful to this energy for giving you the yes signal. Gratitude pulls in, amplifies, As you receive the yes, let's move to receive a no signal with your, say your higher self name. My higher self, please give me a no signal by rotating my head from right to left once. When we are unified, every action, every thought is correct and perfect. Where is the room to doubt? And where it is to say no? But still, let's ask. My dear higher self, please give me a no signal by rotating my head from right to left once. Let the energy flow. Trust and believe. Let us ask our higher self signal. My dear higher self, please give me your signal now. Feel the pulsation in your heart center. It's a very signal which states every action is perfect and correct. Now let us close our aura to all except the higher self. Pay gratitude to your higher self for this beautiful energy to give a physical touch of yes or no, or an inner knowing. Remember, you are limitless. There are limitless possibilities for you to receive a yes or a no signal. Now with beautiful connectedness, let us send love. I am love, and I send love to whoever comes to your thought in this very moment. Send them the love. Just don't doubt. Whoever it is, just send it. Furthermore, with this expansiveness, let us keep spreading this love. It is all over in your auric field. Expand it. Spread it to your entire room wherever you're sitting. All the things which are in the room. All the thought forms. Many people. And there are much more which we can even perceive. Send love. Expand it. Send it all over to your house. Your neighborhood. The city, state, country. To all the countries which are in need of this love and light. This love, this light is so powerful. It carries the message from its origin. As we are everywhere present, there is no limit. Let us send whoever is in need, whoever forgot who they are. There's no bias in love, as everyone and everything is equal. And so is everyone and everything deserve this love equally. Send it everywhere. To all the thought forms on this earth. This beautiful nature, all the plants, trees, beautiful flowers, fruits, all the animals, waters, mountains, pebbles, crystals, the very air. This is how you are expanding. You are everywhere, where love is everywhere. Your light is everywhere. You are everywhere present, and you have all the knowledge it contains. You are all knowing, intelligent. Now, slowly come back, your heart center. In gratitude, Mahavatar Babaji, to all the gurus who have guided you, all the mentors. For me, it's Brahmarshi Pitama Patriji, your parents, everyone, every single reflection of yours is your guide. To pay gratitude to all your situations, all the people who exist in your thoughts and in front of your eyes. This beautiful course of Unified, to the author Roger, and to all the beautiful energies of Unified everywhere present. Now gently wiggle your toes, unclasp your hands, place your palms over your eyes. On the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. With bliss within, enjoy on your smile. Open your eyes to this beautiful moment, to this present moment. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. The experience this beautiful course. Thank you.
Thank you, Kirti. Welcome back, everybody. Get some water, take your own time. Enjoy these energies, the presence of our higher self. Make these your own experiences now. As our higher self is being with us all the time. Initially, in part 1, we sang those songs of God's qualities. We reminded ourselves what we have been seeking as God are these feelings we have been craving for, looking for. And in part 2, being in that state, all our actions are the actions of God. So now in our day-to-day living, we have a guidance. We have a guide looking after that we know. Every moment, anything we do, we speak, we share, our higher self is always there. It's been there, but we were not aware. And now we know how to act from the heart. We've been training ourselves to have nice intent, to live consciously, create consciously. But here we are truly, totally changing our nature from that lower self of enjoying all this uh, illusion of world to this higher self of enjoying all the true nature, true qualities of us. What a coincidence it is that yesterday Kirti was reading from chapter 9, part 2, and I was doing the same thing. I was reading from chapter 9, 10, 11, and I also read 12. And it was very mind-blowing to see that in chapter 9, Babaji is just reminding us that you cannot run away from your true nature. We will keep looking for that. So first accept that. And then he gave us the paintbrush in chapter 10, asking us to first create yourself, see yourself. Did you accept who you truly are before you go ahead and do furthermore? And it was such a nice experience that he's talking about self-acceptance, but he has not mentioned anything about it. What is self-acceptance? And it got clicked right after that. Like when I was reading chapter number 9, there he's saying that these are your true qualities and you cannot go away from it. Your true desires are God's desires. And there, the whole paragraph, it is written. So our self-acceptance is not in the sense of our lower self. It is in the sense of our true self, the God self, the true nature of ours, to be love, to be all-knowing intelligence, to be in tune with, one with, in your thoughts, as God's thought. So God walking on earth, in you, in me, in all of us, acting through us with the heart space. Such a beautiful thing it is. And how beautifully, he said in chapter number 11, he's saying about heart. He's not mentioning what heart is. For all along, he's been talking about love, but not the heart. And he's saying to activate that. There lies the truth. You have never looked on it. And for that, he's saying to make your heart strong so that you can perceive it. And every chapter is giving us one of or the other God qualities, making us realize. We have been saying God is love, God is light, all-knowing intelligence, present everywhere. It is love that is present everywhere. And it empowers us. So God is omnipotent. We realized in week 11, and it's a real powerful chapter because I also experienced the kind of pulsation was magnified. It was there, but it was magnified this week. And I hope you all come to the practice over and over again and again and notice all those changes in you. To be living from that space. So many chat messages we have here. Anybody would like to share, ask anything? Thank you. Thank you for beautiful messages. Yes, we got new term, unified Mahavatya's. Did anybody receive the signal for the first time today? And the whole trick is to be in our heart center and being aware. The movement may not be felt, but you might feel some hot and cold sensation or some gentle inner subtle touch or the shift in energies. Although we are asking, to rotate my head 3 times for yes and 1 time for no, we are just giving ourselves that opportunity to have it the same way. But if we do not perceive it, we don't see anything happening on that end, we can ask simply, give me my signal and then see what comes, what we can perceive, what we can become aware of. Shalish, you want to talk?
Yes, I would like to wake up everybody.
Oh, we have a
Yeah,
chat, pages
yeah,
in chat, so people are away.
yeah. No, when the meditation is so deep and so full of love, it is usually you will feel sort of alpha waves in your mind. But now we need to come out and use this time to ask our questions, anything that is sort of not letting you progress further with the course, right? um, yes and no signal, for example, is a very common thing that people suddenly think that, oh, I am not getting. It's perfectly okay because it's not expected you will get the signal just like that. Even if you are getting the signal, that will not ensure that that is the signal. You have to practice. This yes and no signal is a muscular training. We have to have muscular training done, and that takes time and practice. Repetition is the key. So, repeating that practice continuously, it will probably actually. Yesterday, I was contemplating whether we should actually stop the course right here and then let people practice yes and no for a couple of weeks, so that it's important that each one of you have that thing, because this is the ultimate key. This is your ATM to accessing the knowledge, the wisdom. This is your communication for accessing your knowledge, right? So this is why this is extremely important that uh, you drop everything else and practice this thing just like a kid trying to learn a specific skill, just like that. That much crazy devotion you will have to learn, to make this signal,
Oh
right?
no, we have yes for that. But definitely I would not like to because we have built up that beautiful connection with our higher self. Whether you receive it or no, it doesn't matter. We can continue practicing yes and no signal throughout.
Yes.
But that the moment we are in tune with one with God's thought, and we are living that. How will we trust? This is the shift we are going through and we are transitioning. So there will be experiences. Sometimes it will be a hard experience for us, but that is what we have in our subconscious. And there's no other way to, confront it, release it. So we can take time, how long, it doesn't matter, but
What I was trying to emphasize here was the importance of the signal. Today, Kirti ji has mentioned one of the Mahavakya is that heart is the connector to the truth, and to access the truth you need this key. This is the key to that doorway. You have to understand, or I would say you have to learn the language in which you will communicate, and that is this learning of the language, right? And this is an asset you will develop for yourself for the rest of your life. It is not just for this course. You will use this technique and this skill for the rest of your life. So if you haven't devoted enough time to this practice yet, please do so. Maybe you don't want to cook for 2 days, but just do this. But this is how important this is, right? I usually don't like to interfere with your life, but this is one thing which I think is extremely important. If you have missed on this one yet, please do not delay this any further. Make sure, because um, all-knowing intelligence is the truth. Remember that. When we are in the mind, we are living in illusion. That's why we can't call whatever is in the mind, we can't call it truth, because it is a fantasy, right? In this chapter we have read that this is a thought from fantasy. We are fantasizing experience of life, and that fantasy happens to be shifting away from our inherent qualities that are of God. So when we shift, we are fantasizing that shifted reality. Once we come back into the heart, that is where we are connected back with our inherent native qualities, which are the qualities of God. And that's where actually the truth exists. The truth which is absolute. It doesn't change with me or you. For each of us, it is still the same. In the mind, the illusion is separate. It's different for you and for me. For everyone, it is a different truth. Right? So that's what we are talking about here. This is how important this is, right? And when we, from the inference in the chapter, this is what we have learned, is that when we operate from the heart, when we operate from the truth, then we experience qualities of God. We experience what God wants to experience. This is the importance, right? So this whole chapter has got so much deep knowledge that I can keep talking and talking it forever on that. It contains the deeper learning of our experiencing everything that exists for us. We have been told in chapter 10, like Kirti reminded us today, that everything in existence is for my use, but I don't own it. So everything in this existence is for my use. To accept this statement itself is a big hurdle. Mind will not let you accept it. But it is the truth. When you are in your heart space, you feel that. You can actually experience it that way.
we have been doing that, right? We are
Ah,
breathing the same air, we are using the same sunlight. So we don't own the sun, but we have been using it. It's just about taking a look at it in that way.
exactly, right? So that's the intention here, is to be able to learn the difference. When I am in illusion, what is my experience? And when I am not in illusion, what is that experience? The experience of the truth. This difference, we will very soon start feeling that. You will begin to see the difference. Your own actions will change, right? And then your manifestation will, when it starts coming from the truth, then your manifestations will be so much more powerful. That is the important part, right? So think about that. When you operate from all knowing intelligence, imagine the most intelligent existence that is yours. But you have to, what we are doing, where are we having a problem? We are missing on taking that knowledge. That is the mistake. We miss taking that knowledge which is available to us, and we have to stop missing that. And to be able to do that, you need that yes and no signal.
Here, Nehaji is also saying that focus on the change of feelings to things around you and trace the thought. So that is the change Shalishi is talking about when you shift from mind to heart. And for about the signal, it is not that, only this week I will get the signal. The next chapter, why I was reading chapter number 12, just trying to see, do we have enough bandwidth to practice our yes and no signal there? And that's what I found. Babaji here is saying that you receive your signal, and now next week we will be perfecting our signal, trusting our signal. So just think about it, the pace, the flow we are in. The next chapter is very beautiful, again empowering. After empowering, enlivening our heart, we will come in the flow of love. So it's very much connected. What stops us doing things, what stops us from creativity is the fear of failure, is the fear of unknown. And as we empower ourselves, as everything is around, we become more of it. We start trusting little by little. And this is the transition, this is the shift we are going through. We may not perceive it immediately, the signal that we are receiving, but unknowingly at some point of time in your day-to-day life, doing something, you might receive the signal, and then you will look after it again and again and again and again. It might take 6 months also, but don't give up. It's just that a new language we are learning. Code language is a secret language, very personal to me, right? So pay that little attention. Do not disheartened and feel disheartened. It is there when we have the signal from higher self. Definitely, we will get this. But how and when? It is our readiness. And the key practice here is to center in our heart, to live from heart all the time. Whatever you do, go out and see the same tree, same nature. It will be a different experience for you. So living from the heart. Next chapter talks about heart, actually, the love that we are talking about, how what God's love and what kind of love we experience. So it is, everything is well planned, connected, and even though once we complete all these 24 weeks, Baba is saying that you will be going through such such experiences for some more time, because you are cleansing yourself now. You just don't think that, okay, one day unified is over it and we are like, okay, Babaji now. We are like Jesus now. So definitely we are transitioning, and it's a big, big change I can experience through the energy of the group. Different group, like the Hindi session and here, the energies are totally different, and the curiosity, the quest, and the dedication, everything is so much unique.
Okay. Let's listen to Rinkuji.
Hi, namaste, sir. Namaste, Preeti ji. Thank you so much. It was lovely. बहुत अच्छी meditation थी. And second thing, I think I started from Monday onwards that signal, that practice. And I'm getting that signal very clearly. And I'm doing 4 or 5 times in a day. And when I'm sitting doing my prayers, that time also try to do. That is very clear, right and left. My 1 2 times I thought in between I will try to keep my head like this, but nahi ho raha. So when I'm asking for the signal, then only I'm turning my that right. Now I'm confident that it's clear. I'm very happy in that. But where I get confusion that God and I enliven and empower my heart to all knowing intelligence, and my thoughts comes. I try those negative thoughts. I release and relieve all negative thoughts. That I try to do that, but still some confusion I am getting. Maybe I'm not doing in a correct way. That part is confusing me. Just can you explain me little bit, sir?
So remove the word trying. I am releasing. I let go.
Okay.
I release. I'm healing.
Yeah,
Right?
that I say.
Don't say I'm trying. Trying is the language of mind.
Yeah, correct.
Mind says, okay, even if it doesn't happen, so be it. That's
No,
not
I'm
right.
telling you. I'm telling you. I'm trying.
Yeah,
For
that
there I always say
when
I healed. I am very positive. I always say, but for you, I'm telling you, I'm trying to say again and again this.
yes. So when what this is what I'm saying. When you say I'm trying, it is there in the back of your mind somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and feel the confidence, the firmness that I release. I don't want to hold on to any of that thought. It's of no use for me, right? So when I claim, my claim is for what? Making my heart, enliven my heart, and empowering my heart. When I'm claiming that, then I have to release everything that the mind tells. I release all those thoughts which do not let me access my all knowing intelligence.
Okay.
The thoughts which are not letting you access your all knowing intelligence means what? These are the thoughts that are not letting you connect with your heart. Right? Accessing all knowing intelligence means what? You are trying to access your heart. That
Correct.
doorway, you are trying to open the doorway to the heart, right? That's where the all knowing intelligence is. So, what is happening? These are the thoughts which are kind of creating a barrier in your accessing that intelligence, right? So, what you are doing here is all those thoughts. Now you are kind of, I don't know what those thoughts are, but all those thoughts that are hindering my access to my all knowing intelligence, I surrender all of them, I release all of them, right? Do a blank check, just like a blank check, right? That's when, and do it with confidence. Yes, I do that, and so be it. Then amen, right? Then you say that I leave it to the nature. I leave it to the nature's law. That is the nature of the
No.
natural law, right? So that's where I surrender to it. Now, once you have done the surrender, then you will not question it. Remember that mind is going to take you back there. See, you did that, it didn't happen. That is questioning. You will not question it anymore. I have done. I have submitted my application. Now let the nature decide what to do with that application. Okay? Now what nature could do? Nature will begin to accommodate your request as per the nature's law. When that law, whatever part of your thoughts that are permitted by nature's law will be taken care of. But then there may be part of your thoughts which need to be dealt with differently. And in future, we are going to deal with many of those things separately as well, right? So right now, our focus is on enlivening the heart, clean up as much of the, what do you say, kachra in the pipeline, clean up as
All
much of it
negative.
as possible, right? That doorway to the heart, we are trying to clean it up now. Okay, try
Okay.
and doing that. Don't doubt it. Your
Okay.
application once submitted, it is gone. Okay, It will do whatever needs to happen.
Rinkuji, I would ask you if did you get the messages before, like even the week 4, we were trying to receive the message from higher self, and even in week 10, we were trying to get the rejecting thoughts on our self acceptance. So, did you perceive any of that?
Yeah,
Because
I get messages, whatever message I ask from my higher self, I get, because my higher self is my Saiva. I told you from very first day. And from that day onwards, he is the one who is always there and not changed. So, I'm getting the message, whatever message I ask, whenever I ask the signal, I'm getting. And those messages, but here that what Sari is telling, you should not doubt it. Maybe that is little my doubts. See how enlivening and empowering this heart. So that little confusion was there, that chapter.
means
Rest everything is doing
understanding what it is, right? That means you are not
correct.
understanding what enlivening and empowering.
Correct. I was not understanding that clear. It was not that clear. I'm doing that part, and I'm getting the signal also. That's the best thing. I'm cleaning my or everything getting, but I was not understanding that part. Was confusing. That's why I asked you to clear. So
Okay.
I will watch again this recording again and again, and I will
Yes.
clear
So
it.
many master says that, when I ask for thought, I don't receive it. That's why I thought I should clear that first, that you are receiving
No,
messages.
yeah, I
Only
am.
understanding the enlivening the heart is living from the heart. Like my son usually say, my heart said that. You're drawn to something. You can't stop yourself. The mind will put, okay, what if others, others' priorities first and all that. But when things comes from heart, you don't see others. It is just like drawing you for that experience, whatever it might be. You won't be able to judge or comprehend from the logical or intellectual perspective.
You can think of it like this. Your heart so far has been just like the Barbie doll, right? It's beautiful, it's lovely, it's lovable, everything, but it's not alive. Now we are making it live. We are giving it life. How will you give life? You have to make it breathe. Start breathing. Give it life now. Make it become active. Giving it life means you are making it active. You are activating it. And now also you are going to give priority to it. You are making it empowered. Giving it the power to act. Right? You are not only making it alive, but also giving it the power to act. So these are two things that are happening now through this particular formula that you have created. Okay, so be aware of that. We have to remain now in a state of awareness throughout this week, as Babaji says. Remain in awareness throughout this week, watching that my heart is now opening up. My heart is beginning to act. It is starting to breathe. You will feel it, right? That Barbie doll is going to become real now. That's how you need to see.
An enlivened heart will do, more of appreciation, more of sharing love, giving love, not limited with resources or things around. So if you see your heart is enlivened, you will be wanting to do more. You will be willing, or I would say rather, want.
Yes.
You will be willing to do more, experience more. The same nature will sing for you. You will have that inner song within. The pulsation that we talk about, it will be more magnified. It will be present all the time, and you will enjoy that pulsation because that will make you feel connected with yourself. There needs to be a thread that makes us feel connected, right? So
Yeah.
that thread will be vibrating at your heart space, and you won't be able to lose that connection. It will be there, and it will make you feel that silent, soothing feeling within, and that is never found outside anywhere.
Correct.
The uh, the simple signals that you will start getting now in day-to-day life, you will begin to see your mental concepts will start to crumble, fall. Earlier, you when you saw certain things, you would feel in a certain way, and now you won't feel anything at all for the same thing. Say, for example, you were making roti, right? And now your roti, you were not in awareness, and your roti got burnt. In the world of the mind, you would have certain experience of that burnt roti. Now, when you are living with a lively heart, you will have a very, very different feeling of that experience. Same experience, right? This is the same roti that got burnt, but your experience now will be, okay, come on, yeah. Sometimes it happens. I'm okay. Let me make another one, right? Not like earlier you would be cursing. Why can't you do it properly? You're constantly thinking of other
Correct.
things. Right? So the difference will be like that. So mental concepts, the concepts that mind had created earlier, will start to shatter.
Right.
And that's where your mind will put resistance also.
Okay.
What is
About
happening?
about this burnt roti example, I would give one of my living example. So once, that roti was burnt, and I know I was going through some thoughts, and it was not about roti. I was frying something. It was a whole batch I was frying, and the whole batch burnt. I checked upon my thought. I was aware that I am not able to stop my thought, and I'm still doing it. Last year, I would say, and then everything burnt. I silently took all of that and then threw it. It is better it is burned because it has those emotions of sadness, of complaint, of hopelessness. It's better that it is not there with me. So that kind of perception also comes, that it is not for me, it was not for me. It's good that I let it go.
Yeah.
And as Shailaji reminded, that powerful part that has to let go, because we are created in the center, right? We have created it in the form of energy. Now it takes time to manifest in this material world. By then, if we start judging, by then, if we start out saying, okay, what you said this and that, you release this thought and you're still having it. So that's why this God quality, I'm non-judgmental, is there every day to repeat. And I was in that trap also. See, you did not know this is about to happen. And then, that question came from within, the doubt came. And then it was very much practical that I had to accept it, that um, things are happening in its own way. The universe took so much time, the earth coming in physical reality, it took billions of years. And even then, since then, it is evolving. So one of my thought has to manifest. I need to be tuned in, and I need to be perceiving that. Then I need to wait patiently, not complaining or giving up or doubting on it. So these experiences will come. So just don't. And I want to bring it to the point that whether there is signal yes or no, let's not hold on here with that practice, because we will get opportunities and our own dedication. We will go from here and get as it is needed, when it is needed, when we are ready. Perfect timing. Until then, we will see the same world. We have beautiful messages in the chat.
So let me also emphasize once again on how let go is connected with uh, our existence. Understanding that thing called
Vajan.
let go, right? Let go is a very important thing to understand. If we learn to let go, we become in harmony with nature. Nature, as Preeti was just explaining, is continuously evolving. It is changing by every second, it's changing. It's very fast evolving, it's fast changing. In Hindi, it's called, or Sanskrit, it's called Brahmand. The meaning of that word is the one that is ever expanding. So the universe is constantly changing. It is in motion, it is changing. Now, when something is changing, if you hang on to something, what will happen to you? Think about, look at the clothes in your washing machine. That's what will happen to you if you latch on to something, right? You will be beaten here and there and here and there and here and there, just like that. But if you leave it, you will just go with the flow and keep moving forward. So that is how important letting go is. All our suffering comes from not letting go. Understand this, because the nature of the creation is that it is in constant motion. It is evolving and changing. And we want it to stay where it is right now. We want the things now should not change. Now everything is set in my life. Now it should not change. And all of a sudden nature is going to bring something so hard on you that your concept of not changing will shatter. It happened to me. That's what I'm explaining to you. So learning to let go is very, very important. If you learn this thing, you will not have any suffering whatsoever in life. If you have learned to let go, all suffering will vanish. Primary cause of suffering is that. And as Babaji says here, not accessing or missing on accessing all-knowing intelligence is also cause of suffering. What that really means is that not letting go of things is the cause of suffering, because once you are there in the heart, you won't catch on to anything. Once you access your all-knowing intelligence, you will know, yes, this is what it is to be. That's how things have to be. Things will keep changing. I'm okay with it. I will accept the change and go with the flow, just like the river. That's going to remove all suffering. Suffering comes from lack of knowing, not knowing the truth. Once you know the truth, your actions will automatically align with the qualities of God. It's all connected. Everything is connected. So letting go is a very important thing.
That is when creation happens.
Hmm.
The old goes away and the past and the new comes in. Here in the chat, Nehaji has written, okay? So let me read it for everybody, for you people also. So for signal, she wrote that align with your heart first, then the signal may not be needed, as everything we will do be in our highest interest. That's what Shalishi was just saying. And then why signal is needed? Signal is needed for ensuring that we trust our feelings. The goal is alignment with heart. Yes and no signal becomes a secondary when you are totally aligned with your heart. I really love this part because I stayed with that for a very long time, and I saw my decisions were very much intuitive, and I started trusting my intuition. So if there is love in heart, um, and if we can't express it the way it wants, it may feel inactive. Hence, letting the heart act on the feelings, keep it alive and vibrating. Right? Don't put yourself back. If you have something in your heart, just don't think twice and act. That action makes our heart alive. We know that we exist. I exist and I deserve. I deserve all that is there. That's God's love. And in His love, everything, water is created for a purpose, sun is created for a purpose, mountain is created for a purpose. And I am all of that, not limited just to this body, because everything is love and we are connected with it. They are there for us. The sun is rising, the full moon is shining. So I wanted to bring this here. And yes, letting go It takes time, definitely. But the moment we decide, we know what the side effects are, we instantly let it go. So that's why Shailesh is trying to put that effort to bring the importance of letting go. It's a big life lesson for all of us. But it is very much easier the moment we start claiming the true nature, true qualities of ours. All our uh, little things that we created with illusion over the period of time, it falls away. We start receiving and living and expressing our true nature. Instead of fighting the fire, we start shining our light.
So let me explain why is it difficult to let go. Understand this also. Once you understand, it may become easier for you to let go. Let go becomes difficult because we have not understood why that thing is attached to me. If there is a thought which is bothering you, bugging you, and you are not able to let go, means what? It means that there is something that thought is trying to remind you of, to clean within, to heal within. Unless you have healed that, this thought will not leave you. Once you have taken care of that aspect, okay, now I know, now I learned, now I have experienced it, I am done with it, let go will happen automatically. Okay, so when we say that it's difficult for me to let go, and remember, when you say let go, lots of things you have already let go, you have done it. Few are still stuck there. Not everything is stuck there, right? So when those few are there, that means now your awareness needs to go to each one of them, bring them out, experience it to the totality, to the fullest, and try to figure out, why is this still there? What is it trying to remind me of? Once you have reached that point, when you have opened up that thing which it is trying to point you to, it will go, its job is done. Now you are aware of that thing, you can work on it, right? And then let go will happen. So letting go is that process of these thoughts are not bad by themselves. They are sticking to you as a reminder. Okay? Once we know it, it will happen. It will automatically. You have to just dig into it. What is causing this to happen? What is it reminding me of? Okay? That's it. That is the only important thing. I I experienced this thing just this morning actually. When I was in the shower, I remembered something from my probably 10 years ago, or maybe, yeah, more than 10 years ago. That thing is still sitting somewhere. I thought I had released it. It was still sitting. And it came in my thought. And then I said, okay, let me go deeper and figure out, why did I feel like that at that point in time? And digging deeper, basically, I felt insulted. And when I felt insulted, and I also felt guilty, both the things, two things happened. And now I still, I didn't run away from that feeling. It was a bad feeling. I didn't run away. I just faced it. I said, okay, I now understand. Well, I would want to be aware of this, keeping my awareness that this thing should not recur in my life. I will make sure, right? I've dealt with it. I just dealt with it, and after that I felt so relieved. That's the process of letting go, right? If you keep on avoiding that situation, well, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. That's when it will stay. This will not go. Okay? This is how I have experienced in my life. And
Yes.
this is a continuous process. This is, like I'm telling you guys, in spite of doing these things continuously, even now I have enough. There is enough there inside that needs to be cleaned up. And we keep on working with it. However, when we look at these things, when we work on these things, do it from the space of heart. Do it lovingly, with love, and from the all-knowing intelligence perspective. Then you won't accuse anyone. Then you won't even point fingers at yourself also. Why did I do it? kind of thing, right? Those things will not come. You will lovingly see, well, okay, in that situation, this is how I reacted. That's the best I could have done. Okay, fine. Now I know in future, whenever such situation comes, I will be fully aware.
Letting go is not running away.
Mm.
Walk in the history of time in your life and see what makes you uncomfortable. And that's where the healing is hidden. Confront it, see it, and
Yeah.
just accept it. It was how it was. God is non-judgmental. Nature is working in that nature. I am also expressing my past old imprints I have been carrying from many lifetimes.
Yeah.
And people are helping me to release and become the true, transparent self of God, carrying the light, love, joy, peace, happiness, everything is within. And the moment we start experiencing everything outside, also start changing. Cleansing the subconscious is so much powerful, and Babaji is giving us perfect tool for that. Not from uh, any sort of comparison on planet Earth. You know who you truly are. You know you are made in the image of God, and everything around you is that. But if there is any reason you don't see it is that way, it is holding you, it is within you. Go find out. On the front of self acceptance, on the front of enlivening your heart, or why you are not opening to the wisdom, all knowing intelligence. What I wanted to know why. I would request everybody to even write in the chat group, WhatsApp chat, or here, or share what stops us from owning that wisdom. That is very much important. At least I want to know, because many times I felt that I'm not, and I'm not. I don't know how to use those wisdom. Many times I thought it might make myself egoic person, but all those thoughts were released the moment I saw them. So anything that is hindering, and if there is any question still, why, what is enlivening the heart? What does it mean when what I'm claiming? If it is still a question, please raise that. This is the last day we are meeting, but still you can post the question in the group, and tomorrow also we have question answer session.
Hitaji is asking a question.
Does any important decision we want to take are affected by we are not letting go of something? Definitely, right? If the old is still attached, how the new one will come. So that's why the replacing part comes in our creating formula, where we know the old, we know the new, and now we replace it.
Yeah. Just remember that little example I gave you. By not letting go, what is happening? You are just like that cloth in the washing machine, being banged around just like that all the time. In that state, what can you do? Can do nothing. You are being banged around like that, just like that. Think of that cloth.
Just wait for water and soap, and it's here with unified.
Yes.
It goes.
When you let
So
go, then every bang is enjoyable.
uh, the what I said, that if I have all the wisdom, I may become an egoic person, but it is not that. The first paragraph of this chapter, it says, once you know what goes, God knows, right? God knows everything, and you know that. And God knows how the nature is created, why mankind is created, how nature balances, how galaxies are created. And then he says before in chapter number 2 that everything is created with love, right? So once you understand, when you accept, there's no equation solved, no lab test done as Einstein did or anything. It was just out of expression of that huge energy of love and things got created over the period of time, uh, having given the free will and all that. So understanding the creation, understanding the nature, it allows me to take everything, because now I know, it makes me more of more full of love. It makes me more full of humility. Express, share what you have experienced, speak, express. That is more important. Every one of us here are very unique, understanding differently, taking examples differently, and just allowing when we share, we expand, right? It is easier for you to reflect upon now. Once Shailaji is sharing so much, let go and going through the change, transition, and all that. It becomes easier because now we have the experience. As I said, I burned a whole batch of matri, and I silently, my mother-in-law was sitting beside me, rolling the matri, and I burnt it, and I didn't even tell that I have burnt it, and silently I took it and I put it in the bird's feed.
Very good. Yeah. By the way, today during the meditation, I downloaded an article from here. I have typed it around on my notebook. So I have it in my notes now. There's an article on, the title of the article is Being Light. So once I'm done with it, I probably there's more to flow on that, but I have no made notes on that. So this is what happens when you access the all-knowing intelligence. So today Kirti got us through to that point where we were in the heart space and we had the access, and this, when we access, this is what came from there. And I made note of that. So all of you will be able to experience that sort of a thing once you learn to be there in the heart space.
So Induji is saying once we are in the heart space, we can let go anything. But in the heart space, we feel everything. We become everything. We become the truth. We become love. So then letting go word also doesn't stay.
Exist. Yeah, yeah. In the heart space, yeah, you are actually automatically in the flow. But what happens is that in the human form, we are in the body, we have to be in the mind. Because we are in an environment which is totally driven by the mind, right? This duality, the creation, the experience of duality is from the mind. So we live in the mind as such, in the body. So there's no way we can actually disconnect from the mind.
But the mind,
Being,
right?
being in the heart space, though, we transcend the mind. That means we go into our larger existence, but still remain with the mind. We deal with the mind from a different perspective only. Then we, knowing our true existence, knowing the truth, we are now living in the mind. Now we have the knowledge, and with that knowledge, now we see the same world that mind has created for me. So I will begin to now unravel the mysteries of my own mind. You will begin to see the structure of your mind. Well, what we call as sanskar that you have, we all know what, right? What is our sanskar? Our value system, our belief system, all put together is our sanskar that we have. Then you will begin to see it. Okay, this is how my mind works. This is what is there in my mind. When you go from outside and see it, then you will begin to see all those knots in the mind. That's the process of healing. You will, one by one, you will remove all those knots from your mind. You will clear up those blocks. And as the more you clear, the more relaxed your mind will be, the easier it will start functioning with you. Right? That's the overall process. So transcending the mind doesn't mean you are leaving the mind. You are just viewing because the mind is part of you only. So you are only viewing the mind from a different perspective. Normally we see it from inside, but there we are learning to see it from outside, right? From the heart space. That's why you feel so different when you are in your heart space, because you have transcended the mind. You are out of that network of your own belief system. right? This is the difference. I hope I didn't confuse you further. Yes. So in your heart space, you won't even hang on to anything at all. Letting go will happen. Yes. Then you see the truth about everything, right? Then you begin to see, well, okay, this is what I am holding on to. This is what I am holding on to. When you see your mind from the heart space. And one by one, you will see the truth behind it. And as soon as you see the truth, it just goes away. That's why it is a process. It takes time, right? It takes a little time. Even though you are in the heart space, at that time you won't feel it. When you are in the heart space, you won't see any problem. But from that perspective, when you begin to start seeing your mind, you will begin to unravel those tiny knots that are there. See, Nehaji has written that. That's why the reason we see thoughts also, that's the reason we see the thoughts also. By being in the heart space, you can see the thoughts. Now because you are outside. If you are in the river, you won't see the flow, right? You are outside the river, you can see the flow of the river. That's what this is. Yeah, excellent. I'm so happy that we are now able to kind of bring the awareness. That's what is important. All of you are contributing. So your questions are so good that each one of us now feels more expanded from the questions. Thank
It's
you.
not even question. It's like what I understand with it. Like
Mm.
everybody has understanding. We all are that all-knowing intelligence at some point, some level. Even with intellect, with past experiences, we have something with us, and nothing wrong with that. It's only about expansion. We drop the no, good, bad, yes, no. The more we can, that then we can freely express and be in that space of art.
Excellent. All right. So I think we have come to
So no pushing away
yeah.
the sessions. Let us focus and complete this so that we have more coming in the time to in the future time. We have more coming. So tomorrow we have question answer session. Good reminder, and keep on practicing. Reread the chapter. Make that connection. The promise that we had in while we reading the preface, that read the chapter 7 days for 7 times at least. Even you can do more. You can take your own time. You can continue with chapter number 12 and continue practicing your yes and no signal. And with that trust that I'm receiving it, I'm just waiting for that moment to say, aha, with that trust and go about it. And the self acceptance and opening to all wisdom. You may not see those thoughts right away when you put that question, but even if in your day to day work, consciously, unconsciously, you receive that thought, make a note of it. If your heart says, what would I do with that? Make a note of it. It's useless. It's human beings are not for that. We are here to, just make our money and make our life simpler, eat, sleep, and that's all. Whatever is silently speaking from within, just bring it in front of you, write it down. And the beautiful thing, if you see the chapter, read and reread again, and you will find he says, write your own creating formula. He's not saying to say it in your meditation. He's saying to consciously write down your creating formula. Then ask your higher self about those thoughts. You have kept the question out there, but you may not be ready to receive in that moment, like in that 5-10 minutes or 2 minutes you're sitting. You may receive it while taking shower when you are empty, while cooking when you are blank. Those blank moments, our higher self is waiting for to deliver us the message. You will instantly find that something came here now. And I'm ready to receive, and I thank, I acknowledge. And from there, with every little message we start receiving, we start going through the change. It's very, very, very practical.
Thank you. Such a beautiful. I got an answer just now. You mentioned about being in the shower, and I had this question for a very long time as to why do I get these thoughts only when I'm in the shower. And earlier also we had this thing, many people have the same thing. They get thoughts when they are in the shower.
Many people
And
get thought when they are doing the regular chores,
mm,
folding the laundries,
yeah,
doing things in acceptance, like cleaning, sweeping, dusting.
yes, yes. So
These are
the
something like we don't need to put our conscious head, and then the thought comes behind.
the answer that I got was that when I am in the shower, I am not wearing anything. All those artificial cloaks that I keep wearing all through the time, when I am with people, when I am outside, I am doing things, I am doing a role. That means I am wearing a cloak on top of whatever who I am. When I remove that cloak, I am completely myself, and that's when my reality starts talking to me. That's why I get most of my bright thoughts come in the shower, and I keep on thinking, how do I note them? There's no way I can note during my shower. Later on, half of those thoughts are lost. That's what is. That's why I was thinking about it. Why can't I get these thoughts elsewhere? And this is the answer I got.
So
In this,
elsewhere you need to be who you are in the shower. But
yeah,
that gives me another clue also, right? I said like when you're dusting, you're cleaning, you're getting thoughts. So maybe I need to now check that what kind of thought I'm receiving. When I'm organizing laundry, am I getting some thoughts of organizing my own life? When I'm cleaning, am I getting the thought of, releasing and, shining new things?
yeah,
Creating, when cooking, it's creation. So what kind of thought I'm receiving in those moments? There will
yes.
be a pattern.
See, when you mention about doing cleaning the house or organizing the laundry, that in those moments, what is happening is it won't happen all the time. Only when you are totally in that job, right? When you are totally engrossed in folding the laundry, for example. At that time, what is happening? You are in the present moment. When you are in the present moment, that's when your wisdom opens, right? You will be in your heart space automatically in the present moment. So when you that's meditative state. This is what we call as meditative state. So when you are fully in that state, you have no more barriers obstructing your vision. That's when you begin to uh, dwell on such of those deeper insights. So um, when you are doing your laundry, folding your laundry, at that time, if you are fully into it, then you will, massive things will start flowing. And same
No
thing
rushing,
for
like what
anything.
next and what past. Why to rush? Just do things what you're doing. Right? There's no rushing. Let me finish this up. Let me move this aside. No, just do it when you're doing. Good.
Waterproof
A
pen
gift
and
gift
paper.
for Shaileshi. I will send him once on his birthday. He will take 1 hour shower then.
Yeah, yeah.
We think of it and it's out there. Isn't it funny? And we need to put our awareness there that we think once, okay, how can I do this? And here's the solution. Now you have the paper and pen that is waterproof.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I try to recall some of that stuff. If right after my shower, if I am able to rest, then I can capture it. But the way my life is structured now is that right after shower, I have to rush to this PC, this place, this space to set up the session so that we can meet together for unified program. So uh, this is why during meditation here things begin to flow, because those thoughts were not captured there. Yeah. Thank you
What
for
we
your
have to,
suggestion, Kumarji.
what is out there for us, it comes to us. It doesn't go anywhere. It is there for us, waiting for us, and we just need to put our hook on there.
Each of you can do it actually. Think about it now. Like bring your awareness to where my thoughts are when you are in doing one of these kind of engrossing activities, right? Where you feel engrossed, whatever that activity is, when you are doing that, at that time, bring your awareness to, okay, what are my thoughts? Just like what Preeti was telling, right? And you will start seeing wisdom there. Automatically. All of us can do that actually.
We also do it, we do not recognize it. Unknowingly it's been happening. Babaji is saying that bring your awareness here. So start making those, that connection that we have, that will empower the strong connection with our higher self. Because it is guiding us throughout. It's our own wisdom. Our higher self is not a person, right? We have that clear picture in our mind. It's the wisdom, it's the light, love, that God quality that we seek outside. Why are you meditating? I want peace. Okay, my higher self is peace. Why are you meditating? I want loving relationship. Okay, my higher self is giving me that unconditional love all the time. So these things are, everything is there, and it's stop talking. Sometimes it's a powerful energy, it can make you feel it. It's that physical tap. So we are never left alone when we are in our heart. And with that little intellect, with the past experience, that knowledge that this is right, that makes us separate from all the truth. And we suffer a lot in that. And then there is someone very high. Today in the meditation also, Kirti was saying that Babaji, higher self, you, yourself, everybody is saying. If we could experience, we could, like if Babaji comes in front of us and we could treat the same way we are treating anybody around us. Are we in that state? That is the state of heart. We tend to cling our, that conditioning we have been done. That the conditioning have been done so far. Okay, these are the great masters. What if Shiva comes? What if Babaji comes? How will I express myself? So that difference, if we are still holding the differences. We're still in mind.
Yeah. Good. Chaliye. Thank you, masters. So tomorrow we'll meet for the Q&A, and you will need to continue your practice for all those who are just doing only the English session. Continue the practice for 4 more days, and then we start the next chapter. So be ready. Try and devote as much. I mean, like this is more like a practicing, too much excessive practicing. For this one, at least, my request is don't be lazy. Devote as much time as you can on yes and no signal. It will be benefiting yourself only, right?
Do early morning practice, I would suggest, or bedtime practices. Bedtime practices, I would say, just continue with your love integration and seek a message from higher self. Bedtime, right? All the 7 steps we have done in the chapter number 9. Go through that process and leave one of those area in your mind, and then just sleep.
But yes and no will not be happening in morning or bedtime. Throughout the day, you will have to practice.
Yeah, but don't
Constant.
start the morning, because morning we are in heightened awareness and it's
Yeah.
like less noise outside, right?
Morning practice will be focused on doing your creating formula. Morning practice and bedtime, you can devote to that. During the day, this is more like a physical activity. You will need to be in conscious mind, conscious mode, and then practice the yes and no signal consciously. Sit and do it. I will do it 100 times now. Sit down and do 100 times yes signal. One after the other. Yes, and yes, yes, and then do that. Yes, and then do that. Do it just like a crazy person. Then it will come really solid. Trust me on that.
Being lighthearted is important, and why I said morning, because I feel very fresh in that time. And definitely throughout the day, even when we are in the kitchen, we are centered in our heart, we can practice it.
Yes.
But make your silent
For,
practice.
for these
Yeah.
4 days, morning is not sufficient. For these 4 days, use your day as much as possible. Throughout the day, keep practicing, keep practicing, keep practicing. Okay. All right. Thank you, Masters. Thank you so much. We'll get together for the question answer session tomorrow. In the meantime, think of questions, think of anything that you would want to relating to this topic. If something is not making sense, we are there in the group constantly trying to answer your questions. So feel free. Thank you.
Share your thoughts. What is holding you from opening up to the all-knowing intelligence, to all the wisdom? Okay. And
Yes.
use the
Yeah.
WhatsApp link for that,
Yeah.
and put your note there.
Yes.
What did you find?
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much, everybody.